gang! Thanks for checking out this episode of Images Reimagined. This is where I review images that were submitted by photographers like you, and I give constructive feedback through my eyes and my experience. Be sure to stay tuned until the very end for a look at how I imagine this image, and also a quick Photoshop tip to help you create shallow depth of field in post-production. This week's photo comes to us from Florin Vasilescu in Romania. Florin shared with me that this is a photograph of his wife, and his intention was for it to be a natural-looking portrait. He also shared the following technical details. He made the shot with a Fuji X Pro 2, which is a 23 megapixel APS-C camera. He used a 35mm f2 lens. His shutter speed was 1/160th of a second, and his aperture was set at f8. The ISO, 200. Florin also shared that he lit this shot by hanging a white sheet between two light stands and using a cheap studio strobe. If I blow the image up, we can actually see that in the catch light of the eyes. Now, before anyone comments that they don't like the catch light, let me point out to you that I have never had a subject in any one of my photos comment about the catch lights. It's only people like those of you watching this video that comment about catch lights. I love this portrait for its simplicity and personality. The shot has several winning elements: a beautiful subject, relaxed and happy body language, and a cute natural expression with very few distractions. I definitely would have removed the necklace before shooting. While it is simple and elegant, it is a distraction when you have a beautiful face in the photo. I say bravo for the simple yet gorgeous light, and also for continuing to prove that great light doesn't have to be expensive. Florin commented that he thought the hair was not well arranged, and that maybe the background should be lighter to create more separation between the subject and the background. I don't see those things as a big issue here, since this is a nice casual shot with great personality. But I do have a few suggestions based on my personal style. Some of you will disagree, and that's okay. Let's have a discussion below. Before I open up the raw file, in a perfect world, I would have had the subject's face turned a little more towards the camera, the goal being to get the impact from her eyes. You can turn your subject slightly and get the same feel as a more dramatic head turn, but the slight turn will get you more impact because the eyes are closer to the camera. If you want a more detailed explanation, be sure to check out this video. So that being said, if we take a look at the original raw file that Florin submitted, we can see this looks pretty darn good straight out of the camera. If we flip back and forth, we can also see that Florin did some simple retouching, some color correction, and he cropped the image slightly to eliminate the dress in the bottom of the frame. Now, when I compare the raw file to his finished file, I find the skin tone in the finished file to be a little bit yellow for my taste. That is definitely a matter of preference, not right or wrong. Since I can't exactly turn her head in post-production, let's go ahead and make a few modifications just for the sake of conversation and imagination. I'll make similar skin corrections as Florin did, using the healing tool and the clone stamp. After that, the necklace has to go, also using a combination of the healing tool and clone stamp. Next, I normally am all about clean and perfect hair, but there are some images where slightly messy hair adds to the flavor of it. But since Florin mentioned the hair, I'll go ahead and I'll clean up the hair on the back of her neck so that we get a nice long neckline. Remember, the neck is considered to be a very sexy part of a woman's body, and it has a big impact on body proportions, so always pay attention to the neck during a shoot. If we really want to make the shot a little more seductive, we can remove the straps altogether. Of course, women love their eyelashes, so we could add some more eyelashes. For the color shot, I would consider adding some green to the background to bring out the eyeshadow she's wearing and to complement the red tones in her hair. Now, I promised you a quick Photoshop tip for creating shallow depth of field in a portrait during post-production. It's real simple to do, and it should be one of your final post-production steps. Step 1, create a duplicate layer of the finished image. Next, apply a Gaussian blur filter of approximately 8. Remember, flavor to taste, you could like a little bit more or a little bit less. There's no hard, fast rule. Then reduce the opacity of that layer to 70%. Now take your eraser tool, set to 50% opacity, and erase the entire area where your subject is. Be sure to overlap the edges. Next, set your eraser to 70% opacity and erase, but stay inside the lines. Do not overlap the edges. Last, set your eraser to 100% opacity, make your brush smaller, and just erase the eyes, nose, and the front of the forehead. Now you've reduced the amount of perceived depth of field in your portrait or headshot. And last but not least with this image, if we really want to add the drama, we can switch the image to black and white. My favorite tool for this is Silver Efex Pro 2 from Google's Nick collection. I've been experimenting with MacFun's tonality of late, and I've been getting some really great results with it. That could come in handy given that it would appear that Google is stopping all research and development on the Nick tools. So eventually, we'll need to find another program to facilitate good black and white conversions. Remember that a good black and white image has black, it has white, and it has all the gray tones in between. So be careful of using the one-click presets. I find that when you use the presets, your photo looks like you used the presets. Put some effort into it and learn how the plugin works and adjust your image to look its best. And there you have it, my version of this image reimagined. Remember, I'm not saying that my image is better or correct. It is my vision based on my experience. You may have a different opinion. If you do, please share it in the comments section below. And remember, stay constructive. You can say that you don't like something, but offer a solution or an alternative. I hope you find this video helpful. If you would like to have your image reimagined, please follow this link. I also posted it in the info section below. Your image could be my next video. So until next time, keep learning, keep thinking, and keep shooting. Adios. Thanks for watching. If you find these videos helpful, please give them a thumbs up and subscribe so that you don't miss a single episode. And if you've got a question that you'd like answered, post it in the comments section below. Your question could be my next video.